Welcome back. Get yourself comfortable. This is the next story. Just a story. A little tale about what happens the next day. You don't need to do anything. Just listen and let the story continue. Breathe in deeply. And let it go. You wake up earlier than usual. The morning is bright, but you barely notice. There's only one thought on your mind, and it was there before you even opened your eyes. Your mouth is already full of saliva before you've even sat up. You swallow. It doesn't help. More comes. Just the thought of the place, just the memory of the smell, and your body is already responding, already preparing itself for food you haven't even seen yet. Today's special. You try to think about other things, work, errands, plans, but the thoughts slide away like water off a smooth surface. The only thought that sticks is the one that wants to stick. Today's special. You eat breakfast, but nothing tastes right. Toast tastes like paper. Coffee tastes like hot water. Everything that isn't from that little restaurant feels thin, empty, wrong. You laugh at yourself a little. Maybe you ate too well last night. Maybe your taste buds are just spoiled. You know you'll be back there tonight. Earlier than yesterday. Maybe even earlier than that. The day crawls. You don't quite remember what you did. You showed up somewhere, talked to someone, did some things. The day is a blur around a single bright point, the restaurant. And then finally, the evening comes, and you're already walking. You take the same turn at the same corner. The small street opens up, warmer today than yesterday. You know the way now? Your feet know. You don't need to read any signs. The Hungry Hound is there, glowing softly. Same timber front. Same painted sign with the 2 paw prints. You glance at them just like yesterday, and this time you barely notice them. Of course there are paw prints. It's the Hungry Hound. That's its name. There are dogs outside. Different ones today. Or maybe the same ones in different poses. Hard to tell. But one of them, a soft-eyed mutt, lifts his head as you approach. His tail wags. And not just politely. He wags like he recognizes you. Like he was waiting. You smile, silly. Dogs don't recognize strangers. But you did come back. So maybe you're not a stranger. You crouch down for just a moment and give the mutt a small scratch behind the ears. He closes his eyes, contented. You stand up, surprised at yourself. You've never been much of a dog person, but tonight it feels right. You open the door, and the moment you cross the threshold, something clicks into place. You don't feel it as a click. You just feel a quiet, deep yes, like stepping into a warm bath, like coming home after a long trip. Everything inside you relaxes at once. Your shoulders drop. Your breath goes deeper and slower, and this time it happens in the first second, not after a pause. Your body remembers. The smell wraps around you immediately, stronger than yesterday. Or maybe you just notice more of it now. You close your eyes for just a moment, right there in the doorway, and inhale deeply. Breathe it in. Even deeper than yesterday. You step inside. You don't decide to step inside. Your feet simply continue what they started. The waiter sees you and smiles a different smile than yesterday. Today's smile has a little recognition in it, a little warmth. "Welcome back," he says. "You're early today." You nod. "Yes, early." It felt right. "Today's special," you say, and you say it before he can offer it. Because you already know. That's what you're here for. That's what you came for. He nods. "Of course." And to drink, and here something small happens. Because you open your mouth to say water, and the word is already halfway out when he gestures toward your table and says, "I've brought you the traditional bowl today." It cools the water better. You'll like it. On the table, where a glass would normally sit, there is a wide, shallow ceramic bowl, filled with clear, cold water. Your mouth responds instantly. Saliva floods in, unbidden just at the sight of the bowl. You swallow hard. You didn't know you were going to react this way. You had no time to decide. Your body saw the shape of the bowl and answered on its own. You look at the bowl, then at the waiter. He's still smiling, patient, as if this is the most ordinary thing in the world. And it is, because this is the Hungry Hound. They do things traditionally here. Of course, they serve water in bowls. You probably just didn't notice the bowls yesterday. You sit down, and you look at the bowl. You're thirsty from the walk. You lean forward, and for just a breath, you think about lifting the bowl to your mouth. But the bowl is wide, too wide. So instead you cup your hand, dip it in, bring the water to your lips, cold, clean. You take another handful, and then your head lowers on its own, and the tip of your tongue touches the water, just to test it, just for a second. You straighten up again and smile, silly. That's not how people drink. But the water did taste fresher that way. You file the thought away, and the file has a lock on it, and the lock is quiet and smooth, and you never quite open that file again. You let your eyes wander while you wait. The older gentleman is at his table again, 2 down from you. You smile at him politely. You notice he looks a little different today. His face is fuller, maybe, softer around the jaw. He seems to have grown a bit of a beard since yesterday, which is fast, but it is what it is. Some people grow beards quick. You move your eyes along. The young couple by the window. They both have the softest, cutest ears you've ever seen on 2 people. A certain kind of look that's clearly fashionable lately. You've seen this look on young people. Soft hair around the ears, cut to look almost floppy. Fashion moves fast. You look away. The man in the corner is still eating with his hands. And this time you think for just a second that his face seems longer than it should. The jaw juts a little forward, like he has a very pronounced feature. You think, strong bone structure? Then you think, good for him. And you look away, and you forget, and the thought never comes back. The smell pulls you back into the room. The smell is the only thing you're allowed to pay full attention to. The smell is the only reality that matters. You straighten up for a moment. You blink. Your awareness comes back to the room around you, the candles, the other guests, the soft hum of the kitchen. For just a breath, you're fully here, fully awake, fully aware of everything. And then the next wave of the smell hits you, and you sink again, deeper than before. Because every time you come back up, you sink further when you go back down. That's how this works. That's how this always works. Your food arrives. Today, it's different. You didn't order anything specific. You didn't have to. But what's in front of you looks and smells like exactly what you wanted without knowing you wanted it. The steam curls up toward your face. Your nose quivers. You take the first breath of it, and already the warmth is moving into your chest. First bite. And this time, your eyes don't slowly close. They close immediately, firmly. Your jaw relaxes into the chew. Your back curves slightly forward. Your shoulders come down, further than yesterday, rounder, looser. The taste spreads, rolls, lingers, and pulls you deeper than the first visit did. Because your body already chose this before you sat down. And your body is right to have chosen it. It is the correct thing, and it is the sweetest thing. It is destined, and it is delicious. Both feelings are the same feeling now, running together in you like one warm river. You chew, and each chew feels more automatic, more natural, more right. Your tongue works the food with a rhythm you don't remember learning. Your breathing is deep and slow, almost snoring deep between bites. Your whole chest moves with each breath. A small sound rolls out of you. Not quite a hum, a soft, pleased sigh with a vibration at the end. Almost a purr, almost a whine. You can't quite name it. You don't try. Your hand, between bites, sets the fork down. You don't mean to. It just feels right. You pick up the bread with your fingers. You eat it that way. The man in the corner, the one who was already eating with his hands, glances over and gives you the smallest nod, approval, recognition. You nod back without thinking. You feel welcomed. The waiter passes and refills the water bowl without asking. You take another small dip. This time, the tongue comes out a tiny bit longer. Just a tiny lap. Enough to taste the cold. Enough to wet your lips. Your lips, you notice briefly, feel different, wetter, a little more sensitive. You lick them, catching a stray drop. The licking is easy, unconscious, natural. You keep eating. The chef steps out. Today, he looks at you for a moment longer before he speaks. His smile is knowing. Enjoying it, he asks. You nod with your mouth full. You cannot speak. You do not want to speak. Speech feels like extra work tonight. Good boy, he says. And this time the words land deeper. You feel them in your chest. They feel warm. They feel earned. They feel like something you want to hear again. He steps back into the kitchen. You go back to your meal. When you finish, the plate is clean. Cleaner than it should be. You set it down and lean back in your chair, and you feel full in a way you've never felt full before. Not just your stomach. Every part of you. Your belly, your chest, your head, your hands, your tongue. All full, all quiet, all at peace. The waiter brings the bill, waves it away, says, "It's on the house tonight. Welcome back." You try to protest, but he's already gone. You leave a tip anyway, more than necessary, a lot more, and you feel better for it. You stand up. Your legs are heavy. Your hips sit differently under you. You don't notice. You walk to the door. The waiter calls out, "See you tomorrow." And this time, you don't laugh. You simply nod. Of course, tomorrow. You step outside. The air is cool, crisp. Your nose picks it up right away. It smells of cobblestone, of distant rain, of the wood smoke from the chimney, of the faint scent of the dogs still lounging by the door. The mutt from before lifts his head and wags doubly fast. Another one, a rough-coated older dog, stands up, walks closer, and sniffs once at your shoe. You don't move. He wags, sits back down. You laugh softly. I'm making friends, you think. And you walk home. The walk takes longer than it should. Not because you're slow, but because every corner has new smells you've never noticed before. A bakery you pass every day has a scent that pulls at you. A trash bin on the other side of the street smells strangely interesting. A woman walks her dog and you both smile at each other, and the dog gives you a curious look, and you give the dog a much longer look back than you meant to. At home, you try to settle in. You try to eat a little something. The bread in your kitchen tastes like nothing. You drop it back in the bag. You try to drink a glass of water. You pour it out. You stand at the sink for a long moment and you think, tomorrow, I'll ask if I can bring the bowl home. The more you think about tomorrow, the hungrier you get. The hungrier you get, the sooner tomorrow feels. The sooner tomorrow feels, the more you think about it. And then you laugh at yourself, silly. You lie down on the couch for a minute, and you fall asleep. You dream of the restaurant, of the smell, of the chef saying good boy. You wake up in the middle of the night with a thin line of drool on the pillow. You wipe it with the back of your hand. You don't think anything of it. You roll over and you sleep again. And that's day 2. Just a story. A little tale about a restaurant. Nothing more. Your body can come back whenever you want. Nothing has changed. You are exactly the same person you were before this story started. You're only wondering, very gently, very quietly, what tomorrow's special might be, and how early you can go, and whether the mutt will wag for you again. And outside of this story, in your daily life, a few things will slowly start to change. Certain smells will make you pause. Your water will start to taste better when it's cold and in a shallow dish. When someone calls out good boy anywhere, for anyone, a soft warmth will settle in your chest and stay a moment too long. These are just small things. They're nothing to worry about. They're just reminders. Stories leave small pieces behind. Good boy. Rest well. Tomorrow continues.